vuelta y vive. Gotta live, gotta breathe, gotta eat, gotta dar la vuelta y vive.
All right, well, another edition of Da La Vuelta y Vive, and we're here coming to you live on Facebook. We're going back to the old days. You want us to go see a perfect, I don't say perfect, but a nice recording of this show. You can actually go on La Cruzada radio channel on YouTube, and you'll be able to see. Later on tonight, we're going to actually do a show with a candidate for mayor, for the mayor of city of Westlaco, which is Adrian Gonzalez. He'll be here with us later on. But we're going to take this opportunity. The people that are following us, they can go to the YouTube channel, and they can see that later on tonight. They can see the show with Adrian Gonzalez, which we're going to be doing here. Right now, I want to talk about something that I've been kind of shying away from talking about. These are the life lessons I think that maybe one wants to give his kids before he croaks, before he goes, before he dies, before he is no longer here. You know, sometimes we get to a point in our lives that we start thinking about that type of stuff, you know. And I think that that's where I'm at right now at this point in my life. Rather than a midlife crisis or anything else, I decided to do this. We've been doing it already for a few months. And, man, the response that we've been getting is awesome. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the people that have signed up to our YouTube channel on La Cruzada Radio and YouTube. So go to La Cruzada Radio and subscribe, and you'll be able to hit the little bell, and you'll be able to listen to us. We've also, since we started, we've also gotten some sponsorships. One of the main sponsors for this show, Da La Vuelta y Vive, has been Exter. And Exter is this little thing right here. If you notice, it's small, and it's practical, and it's a wallet, okay? This wallet has a lot of powers to it, okay? One, it forces you to remove all the clutter from your wallet. I mean, I had stuff in there. I had a freaking condom from high school, dude, in my wallet. You know, this, you can't carry a condom, though. But you can't carry all your cards. And what I like is all you got to do is click, and it comes out. All right? Your cards come out. That came out a little bit, you know. But so the cards come out, and very practical. You can carry, has a clip for your money, and it also has an extra card in here that finds the wallet in case you lose it. It's Shibboleth, right? And wherever you go, GPS it, you'll be able to find your wallet anywhere you go. Okay, Extra's the way to go. Some new things coming in from Extra on here, Da La Vuelta y Vive. Thank you so much, Extra. And we're going to continue on. So I've been shying away from talking about this subject ever since I started this show, Da La Vuelta y Vive. And the reason that I've shied away from it is because I don't feel, I'm going to say I don't feel like I'm the person to be talking about this next topic, which is love. Oof. Even saying it, I get scared. It's scary to talk about love because it's one of those words that have double meaning to it. Also double, triple, quadruple, whatever, man. It has so many meanings to it, and I think that a lot of times as we're going on in life, we confuse the word with the feeling, and then the feeling with the word, and so on. And we confuse ourselves as we're growing. It grows with us. That's what's so awesome about this feeling, is that it grows with us. Sort of like fear grows unless you freaking tackle it and say, you know what, I'm going to face my fears. This feeling is sort of like that. You have to face it. You have to face it to be able to identify where it is that you want to go. And what type of person you want to be, what type of lover you want to be. And I know it sounds nasty when we say love, but and say lover. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to get at is what type of person are we? Do we care? It's a multitude of things. Okay, do we serve? Do we are we part of our family? I mean, how do you love your family? How do you love your wife? How do you love your kids? How do you love your friends? There's so many aspects. So I gotta go to sort of like the biblical sense of love. And I've learned this. I've learned this that there's three types of love. Okay, and so we have first amor hilia, the love hilia. I'm talking Latin now, right? But hilia is that love that you feel for a friend, that love that you feel for an associate, somebody that you know, somebody that you've gotten and you've grown to love. And this feeling that you get towards a person is a clean and sincere, serviceable type of feeling that takes us to another level when it comes to friendship. I have friends that I love, friends that I can tell you I see as brothers, I see as sisters, I see as people that I would entrust my life. I learned about Helia, that type of love when I was in the service, to get away and put your life in somebody else's hands, and also say to yourself, you know what, I'm gonna do the same for them. That's the type of love that we're talking about, amor hilia. That love that is giving, that love that is there for service, that love that is there to serve your community. You can love your community in that aspect, in that sense, okay? And how much you give, how much love you give to your community, to your friends, to your associates, to your fellow soldiers or your fellow man, your fellow woman. Okay, we're not talking nothing nasty, nothing bad, nothing crazy here. We're talking about sincerity. We're talking about somebody that really cares about others. Okay, then we have eros. Eros is that romantic love, that love that a man and a woman share, a man and a man, or a woman and a woman nowadays. I mean, it's the romantic love that gives us passion, that gives us pleasure, that gives us the things that little emptiness or that gets filled in your heart, and all of a sudden you meet that one person, and it makes you feel strange, and you think to yourself, you know what, this is a person that I want to be with, that I want to spend my time with, that I want to spend pleasure, that I want to spend romance with, that I want to talk and share all my things with. And so this type of love is a love that we can see as the love that brings in sex, that brings in the feeling of sensibility, the feeling of missing, of not being around that person, and all of a sudden you're like, "Chingam, man, I can't be without this person. I need her in my life. I need him in my life." That is that amor eros, that love eros. Okay, and then finally, agape. Agape is that love, that God, that being, that being that is stronger and there for all of us. Okay, and that love is an unconditional love. Okay, when we talk about Hilia and we talk about Eros, and this is the sincerity of this, and we have to be sincere with ourselves. Okay. So we live and we find people in our lives and we fall in love with them, whether it's a friend, amor hilia, or love hilia, or we meet a friend, and then it turns into amor eros or love eros, which turns into a romantic love. Okay, but both of those do have limits to them. Okay, it's hard to say because you say to yourself, I met my wife, I love my wife, and it's that amor eros. It's a love, but it's a love with condition. Okay, and unfortunately, I'll say it unfortunately, it's just part of who we are as human beings. Okay, because to say to say that one has amor agape, to say that one has that love of agape, that love that God has, that being has for all of us, that says that love that guides us and tells us, you know what, I love you unconditionally. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. I don't care what type of person you are. I don't care what you've done in your life. I don't care if you're the worst of the worst. I still love you. I love you for who you are. And really, to be honest with you, there's really only that being, that all-powerful being that is there for us, that that says, you know what, you're my child. You're that being that I created, and I'm here for you regardless. I'm not going to judge you. Okay? Unfortunately, Helia and Eros are judgmental loves. Okay? Try doing something bad. Try cheating on your wife. Ain't going to last. It's going to be judged. But there's that agape that doesn't judge. That agape that is there unconditionally, that says, you know what? I'm there for you. And that's a tough one, right? But it's a love, and it exists. Now, can one live without the other? That is the question. And this is where it gets kind of tricky here. And this is something that I have to say to my kids, to anybody that's listening right now at this time, that no, one cannot live without the other. So you have Helia. You meet a person. You fall in love with them. They're your friends. They're your confidants. They're there to listen to you, and you're there to listen to them. Then all of a sudden it turns into a romance, okay? It turns into pleasure. It turns into all those beautiful things that we feel. So it turns into eros. But you cannot have that combination with anybody. You cannot be with anybody, and you cannot understand love unless you understand God's love, unless you understand what God is in your life, unless you understand what God does for all of us, and that is your amor agape, or your agape love, okay? And hence, everything has to come together, and everything plays a part of one, okay? So, I say, oh, well, you know what, you're talking a lot, you're saying a lot, but you normally come up here and you talk about stuff, and you kind of share some of your things, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't feel worthy of coming up here and talking to you about this, because I feel sometimes I've had this conversation with my kids, and I don't feel capable of being able to turn around and tell somebody, you know what, I'm gonna talk to you about love, but then I feel like I am probably one of the perfect people to actually talk about it. And I don't feel that I'm capable, because, a lot of people might wonder and say, well, but Hugo, you've been married, before, and you've had your failures. And because you've had your failures, how is it that you know that you can love? How is it that you know that, how many of you, think about this, think about what what goes in our minds as human beings, and what's so crazy about this is that everything in our lives revolves around love. Okay, I was talking to this gentleman, and I was telling him, I'm like, you know what, man, it's so crazy. You have, it sounds crazy, but this person has his family. Then he has a girlfriend. Then he has a girlfriend for his girlfriend. And, man, it's crazy. And you might look at him and say, what a bitch. What a freaking whore. But at the end of the day, that's what makes that person happy. Says, this is what makes me happy. I believe in God. And I believe that I have enough love, enough Helia love, or enough Eros love to give to multiple people. And you might think and say, nah, that's bullshit. But you know what, man? It's crazy. It's crazy what we can find out there nowadays. And you think to yourself, no, well, you're being too lenient. You're not being, that's not what God wants, man. You know what? If I knew what God wanted, then, believe me, I don't think I'd be here even wasting my time, spending time talking to my kids, talking to you, and saying, you know what, do this, do that, or giving you advice, or even saying, you know what, I'm going to share my life story with you. It's not that. It's that I have to, at this point in my life, I have to be open to the possibilities and to the reality that love exists for all of us. It's there for all of us. It's there for those people that might think that they don't have any love. I've seen so many, or read so many stories of or followed so many examples of love, and I've found love in every single one of them, whether it's someone that has killed, somebody that has loved everybody, somebody that's given their lives for everyone, someone that has forgotten about everything and decided that they want to make a change in their lives. Now, this is the key. This is the key. And the key is this. And think about it. If there was no love in everyone, I'm saying everyone has that feeling. Everyone has experienced it in one way or another. If there was one person that didn't feel it, that didn't have that feeling, then there would be no opportunity for none of us to find forgiveness, to find peace. We wouldn't have choice. We wouldn't have family. We'd be animals. This is the only thing that separates us from everything as human beings. It separates us from the animals. It separates us from beings. It separates them from everything. They say, even in biblically, they even say that the angels envied human beings. They envied us because we had that feeling. Yet we kill. We don't give a fuck. We don't freaking live the way we should. Let's take some time to sit back and really think, because it's in you. It's within you. And believe me, if it's in you, it's in that other person. And it's that other person that you hate. And it's that other person that hurt you. And it's in that other person that is there to guide you. It's in everybody. We just got to open up our eyes and say, you know what? Da la vuelta y vive. Da la vuelta y vive. Sacúdete los pies. You know what? They hurt me. You find it in yourself whether you want to forgive or not. But at the end of the day, don't close your doors, your heart, your mind on love. Da la vuelta y vive. God bless you. All right, guys. Thank you. Follow us on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Thank you. God bless you.